The worst nuclear accident in history was caused by something so simple it's almost unbelievable, a design flaw the engineers already knew about. On April 25, 1986, the night shift at Chernobyl's reactor number 4 prepared to run a routine safety test, one that had been attempted and postponed several times before. The test was meant to prove the reactor could keep its cooling pumps running during a power outage using the momentum of its own turbines. To run the test, operators had to lower the reactor to a specific power level, but during a delay ordered by grid controllers, the reactor's power plummeted far too low, nearly to zero. Restarting from that depth meant the core was now saturated with a neutron-absorbing gas called xenon-135, making it extraordinarily unstable. Under intense pressure from management to complete the test before a scheduled maintenance shutdown, operators pulled out most of the control rods to fight the xenon and coax the reactor back up to test power, far exceeding safe operating limits. What they didn't fully appreciate was that the RBMK reactor they were running had a deeply hidden flaw. At low power, it became dangerously unstable, and any sudden increase in heat made it react more, not less, violently. The flaw was built into the very tips of the control rods. When operators hit the emergency shutdown button and the rods began to descend, their graphite tips actually caused a brief spike in the chain reaction before slowing it down. That spike, in an already unstable reactor running on almost no safety margin, was enough to trigger a runaway power surge in a fraction of a second. The reactor's power output shot to more than 10 times its maximum rating in an instant. Two massive steam explosions blew the 1,000-ton reactor lid off the building and exposed the burning core to open air. Radioactive material was scattered across the surrounding region, and the graphite moderator caught fire, burning for 10 days and driving contamination across Europe. Investigators later confirmed that Soviet nuclear authorities had actually identified the control rod tip flaw years earlier, but the report was classified and never shared with plant operators or staff. The culture of secrecy that defined Soviet industrial management meant a known, fixable design flaw remained in every single RBMK reactor still running. Chernobyl forced the Soviet Union to acknowledge the accident publicly, eventually led to the redesign or shutdown of all RBMK reactors, and accelerated international agreements on nuclear transparency and safety cooperation that still govern the industry today. The entire exclusion zone surrounding the plant remains largely uninhabited nearly 4 decades later. Follow for more shocking accidents that changed the world.